Okay, now we start. What is an electroscope? We say it is a device which is used to check whether a body is charged or not, or if a body is charged, then what kind of charge does it have? So the device is called electroscope to check whether a body is charged or uncharged. First that, and secondly, if the body is charged, then what kind of charge the body has? Whether the body has positive charge or negative charge. That is determined by electroscope. So we have two types of electroscope. One is pitch ball electroscope and the other one is gold leaf electroscope. Pitch ball and the gold leaf. In pitch ball electroscope, what will happen? There will be a insulating stand, wooden stand here. This is also wooden, and there will be thread and a ball will be. This is the pitch ball. Pitch ball will be hanging. Pitch ball will be hanging. Yeah. Let us check whether the body is charged or not. How to check? First, we'll check that. For that, the pitch ball will keep uncharged, hanging with the help of a thread. And the body will bring close to it. When you bring a body close to it and you find nothing happening between them, this is neither attracted nor repelled, that means this is uncharged. This body is uncharged. I bring the body close, I find that this is getting attracted towards this. This is getting attracted. That means this body is charged. It is same as in a piece of comb you are rubbing against the hair and bringing close to the piece of paper. The piece of paper gets attracted on rubbing only. But if you simply bring a comb without rubbing it, that is uncharged one, close to it, nothing happens. The first test when we are bringing close to it and nothing happens, that is uncharged. And I bring and this gets attracted because we know induction taking place, they are kept near it. Induction is taking place, so this gun gets attracted. So the body is charged. Now, if the body is charged, let us find the type of charges the body has. What kind of charge the body will have? To check that, what we have to do, at first we have to charge this ball. We have to charge the electroscope first. We'll charge it with some kind of charges, maybe with positive charge or with the negative charge. We must know the charge of this electroscope or charge of this ball. Suppose I'm charging it positively. You know the method of charging. There are two methods, conduction and induction method. With any one of the methods, we'll charge it first. We will charge it first. And now the charged body which is charged is brought near it. When you bring near it and this gets repelled, what does it mean? It means that the body is having same kind of charge, means positive, repulsion taking place. That means the body is having positive charge. When you bring close to it and this gets attracted, quickly getting attracted, that is, the body is charged with what kind of charge? Opposite kind of charge. That is, the body is negative. Have you understood?
Yes, sir.
First, we do two things. First, we check whether the body is charged or not. And if the body is charged, then we go to test the type of charge the body has. The body may have positive charge, may have negative charge. For that, we have to charge the electroscope with any kind of charges at first. And you should know the type of charges we have given to the electroscope. Then only you can test and check whether what kind of charges the other body is having. Repulsion will give the same kind of charge, that is positive, that this body is also positive. And attraction will be having the opposite kind of charge. Accordingly, you can decide what kind of charge the body is having. Clear? Understood, boys?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now I'm talking about gold leaf electroscope. Gold leaf. Gold leaf electroscope will be in a jar like this. I'll draw the diagram here like this. Diagram they have shown in the book also. There will be a brass rod here with a cap over there, and out here we will have the leaves, gold leaves will be there. They have shown the diagram. You can check the diagram there. And there is a metal cap out here, metal cap here. This is metal cap. This part is earth. There is a metal cap over there. Okay. You can see the label there given in the book. Okay. This is brass disc given, brass disc. This is cork, you can say wooden cork. This one is gold leaf, gold leaf. This one is metal foil, metal foil. This one is glass bottle or glass case, glass bottle, thick glass jar or thick glass bottle, you can say. This is also brass rod. This one is brass rod. It's all given there in the book also. You can see that, the book. Okay. This is the construction of gold leaf electroscope. This thing is called gold leaf. The leaves made up of gold, thin gold foil. Gold leaf electroscope. Gold leaf electroscope. This is a diagram of this one, label diagram. Okay, now here also we will how to do the testing. Okay, this is the actual diagram. Now I'll show how do we do the testing. We will not draw everything for the sake of the diagram, just see testing how we do. No. We will not charge it first. This is uncharged electroscope. Now I'll bring a body and touch it with this disc over here like this. I'll touch. And when I touch it, I find nothing happens here in the leaf. Nothing happens in the leaf, that means this is uncharged. So you can keep it aside. Now I bring a body here and I find the leaves are diverging. The leaves are slowly diverging like this. The leaves are spreading it like this. Spreading. This is happening. This is called divergence or diverging. The leaves are diverging, spreading like this, going away from each other. Then I will be sure that this body is charged. You know why? When you touch it, the conduction will take place. Charges will slowly will go down on both the leaves. And both the leaves will have same kind of charge, so they will repel each other. They will repel each other slowly. They will repel each other slowly. Suppose if this body is having a kind of positive charge, then positive charge will be transferred here, then both the leaves will be, because there is positive charges, then they will repel each other. So divergence will take place, or the leaf will be spreading, going away from each other. So that will happen. In case the body is charged. No, but we will not see the charge. No, charges are invisible. We cannot see the charge positive or negative. We cannot see. So, but at least this will guarantee that the body is charged. Now, once you remove it, this will be back to the same position. Okay, back to the same position. Once you remove it, okay, this again becomes uncharged. So back to the same position. Now, how to check whether the body is charged or not? Charge or not, we check. Now, what kind of charge? So to check that, we need to charge this electroscope first. We can give positive charge, we can give negative charge. Suppose I have given positive charge already to this. That means the leaves will be already having positive charge. So it will be already diverging here. After it is being charged. After the charge is given to it. Now we know the initial charge of the electroscope, that is positive. Or it can be negative. So any one kind of charge we give, and we must know the type of charges we have given to the electroscope. Now I will be bringing a body and touching the brass cap. And I find this one further divergence taking place. Divergence is increasing. That means the body is having chain kind of, because positive repulsion taking place. That means this body is positively charged. Now I'll bring another body and touch with it, and I find this one is collapsing or the divergence is decreasing. That is called collapse. The leaves are collapsing like this. The leaves are collapsing like this. When that is happening, that the body must be having the opposite kind of charge. We know the charge of this electroscope, positive. Body must be negatively charged. Then we can find the type of charge that the body has. Have you understood?
Yes,
Have you understood, boys? Okay. Now, if I touch with the body and nothing happens to it, then the body is insulator. The body is insulator because charges are not getting transferred to this body. The body is insulator. If nothing happens to its divergence after we charge it. Now, when we touch it and slowly we see, this one is divergence is decreasing. And after some time, it is not collapsing completely, it is decreasing, and then it stops. What does it mean? That means the body is a good conductor. The body is a good conductor of electricity, good conductor. So charges are getting transferred to it slowly, then amount of charges will decrease, the charges will not become zero. So that means the divergence will slowly decrease and will come to a stop, come to a halt. Have you understood? So 4 things you can do here after charging the electroscope. First, what same kind of charge or opposite kind of charge we can find out. Secondly, whether a body is better or a good conductor, that also
So your body is great.
suggested. If you touch the brass cap and nothing happens, the body is insulator. If you touch, the divergence is slowly decreasing and it's coming to a halt, the leaves are not collapsing, then we say that the body is a good conductor. Understood, boys?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay, thank you. So the topic electroscope is done. Now we are doing lightning conductors. Lightning conductor. Lightning conductor. I think you must have heard about it. Sometimes during heavy rain and all, lightning and thundering takes place. Let us find out the cause of lightning and thundering and also the method of safety precautions we should take when there is lightning and thundering taking place. What precautions should we take? Okay. Let me tell you, when the clouds are dense in the sky, so they move with high speed and they rub against each other. So by rubbing with each other, they develop negative charge. And in the neighboring cloud, the opposite kind of charges are formed. That is, positive charges are formed. Like when the clouds are rubbing each other, like this is the cloud here, minus, minus, on rubbing with the minus cloud. And in the neighboring area, due to induction, opposite kind of charges are formed. This is the opposite kind of charges are formed here in the neighboring cloud. Large amount of charges are formed. What will they do? They will be attracting, the two clouds will be attracting each other, and rather they will be colliding with one another. When they collide with one another, the air in between them will be pressed. That will produce a sound which is called thundering, The air between these two kind of clouds are getting compressed. That produces a sound in the form of thundering. But now negative and positive, when they collide with one another, they produce a spark. When positive wire and negative wire will touch with each other, there will be sparking there. Charges will have tendency to get discharged in the form of spark, which we call lightning. So this is the cause of lightning. Lightning could be very dangerous. The reason is because maybe negative, positive, and here you are having, suppose, a building here, high-rise building or anything there. Like this is building out here, like this. There is a big building there. This positive will induce opposite kind of charges on the building here, Now the positive charges will be attracted by the building. Building cannot go up. Clouds will be falling on the building. Positive and negative will be colliding with one another and causing sparking or burning fire on the building. So that is the danger of lightning. We say that lightning has burned the building or will cause immense damage. Some trees and all, tall trees and all, they get burnt. In jungle and all, no, like in forest areas, they get burnt. And the forest, most of the trees will be on fire. I think you must have heard about that. Amazon, the forest in Australia and all. So there was a huge fire, and that is due to mainly lightning. Lightning is causing the burning of the trees, tall trees. Understood, boys, what I said? Any questions in your mind? You ask me.
No, sir.
Okay. So this is the cause of lightning and thundering. Thundering is the air between them is getting compressed. Thundering. Positive and negative are colliding with high speed and causing sparking or lightning. That is the cause of lightning, I said. And what precautions are taken to safety precautions when there is a lightning and thundering? What precautions should be taken? So I'll tell you one precaution about this building, high-rise building. In the high-rise building, we use lightning conductor. On a high-rise building, we use lightning conductors. So I'll just show you here. This is negative cloud, and this may be a positive cloud. And here is a building. On the building, we'll be using a lightning conductor. lightning conductors are metallic spikes, pointed tip, made up of usually copper, good conductor. And this one will be coming and will be connected with the earth, earthing will be there. There will be provision of earthing here. So, positive will induce negative charge on the building. All the negative charge will be captured by this foam. All the negative charge induced on the building will be captured by the spikes. Most of the charges reside at the tip of a conductor, where the area is less, minimum. That's why, foam has got teeth. When you rub the foam many times like this, and then you bring it close to the piece of paper, then the piece of paper gets attracted towards the pointed part of the foam, or maybe a ruler, when you're using the pointed tip will only attract, because all the charges will be accumulated at the corner or at the pointed tip. So negative charges are captured on the spikes here. This is called lightning conductor, and there they are good conductor, immediately absorbed by the earth. So the negative charges will be immediately going to the earth. So as a result, we don't have positive and negative charge. No attraction will take place, and the danger or the damage due to lightning will be prevented. No lightning will be done on the building here. No lightning will take place. Have you understood? Tell me once again. You suggest me, then I'll explain again.
Yes, sir.
So this is called lightning conductor. Very tall building and also high-rise buildings, they use lightning conductor to prevent the damage of the building due to lightning. Okay? Lightning is made up of usually copper metal with the spikes. Good conductor. So any charges being induced on the building will be captured by the spikes, and the charges will be absorbed by the earth, will be immediately sent to the earth, and the earth will absorb it. So as a result, there will be no charge induced on the building, and then no attraction will take place, no lightning will take place. But in the tall trees, jungle trees and all, we can't use the lightning conductor, there it takes place. But anyway, what precautions we should take during lightning and thundering? So I just read, it is given in the book also, and it's a matter of common observation, we should know it. During a thunderstorm, it is not advisable to stand under a tree or near a tall building, because tall building doesn't have a lightning conductor. There is a chance that the tree may get burnt, and it is not safe to stand under that tree or a tall building. Hearing a thunder, rush to a safe place such as a low house or building. Go to a shade where the height is lower. Try that. If you are traveling by car or bus, you are safe inside, so no need to come out. You are safe because their height is less and they are made up of metal, so there is a less chance of charges getting induced or safe inside. Now over your speaking.
Sorry, your voice is cracking. So we can't hear you.
Don't move out. Now, tell me.
Sorry.
Now,
Sir, your voice is cracking.
Yes, sir.
now, how is it now? How is it?
Yes.
Sure.
Okay. So you are stuck.
Not move with an umbrella. Thundering and lightning. Umbrella, there is a stick there, has a pointed tip there at the end. So there is a chance that, like this kind of thing, there is a chance that the charges will be induced, and that charges will be coming to your hand because that is a metallic stick. No, then you may get a shock. So one must not move out with an umbrella. Then it says, if there are trees around, take shelter under a shorter tree. You don't have building and all, but there are trees, but try to take shelter under the short height tree. Okay, shorter tree. Do not lie on the ground, but squat low on the ground with your hands on your knees and head in between. Take out the plugs of TV sets, computers, etc. Do not use the wired phone. Do not take bath during thunderstorms and avoid contact with running water or metallic taps. Because on the water and all, if there are charges formed, so you may get current. Do not stand near the windows or balcony having metallic railings. Metallic railings, don't stand there because on the metal, no, there is a chance of charges getting induced and you may get current during thundering and lightning time. Understood, boys? It is given in the book also. You can just give one reading and then you understand it. Okay. So with this information, the James Franklin was the scientist who had discovered this atmospheric electricity. You know, atmospheric electricity. He was flying a kite and also there is a story given and a figure also given. Franklin's experiment. You can just read it once. He flew a kite and with the silk wire, silk thread, and at the end of the thread, he was having a metallic key. And when he brought his knuckle close to it, there was sparking taking place. And that way he discovered the atmospheric electricity or the this thing happening in the atmosphere. This thing happening in the atmosphere. You can just give one reading, so this will be clear. So this chapter is done and your syllabus also is over. Okay?
Yes.
So next day, questions will be quite easy only. Next class, Friday you have no then. That time I discuss the question answers.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Even suppose if I cannot discuss suppose due to some reason and all, but the questions are easy only. Just prepare them from the back. Just see the answers also given there. You'll know it. You can give one reading yourself first. Okay.
Okay,
all right.
sir.
Okay.
So what is the syllabus?
Syllabus, the whole book, but of course the basics only, like whole book will be there.
So only MCQs, no, sir?
All MCQ, like previous terms and all of that type only. Okay.
Yes, sir.